Hello, everybody. Welcome to Off the Cuff with Adam Banks live stream. Hello, everybody. Welcome. All right, let's get started in 10 seconds.
You are listening to Radio Lex, the voice of the people, WLXU 93.9 LPFM, Lexington, Kentucky.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of Lexington Community Radio or its board of directors. The views expressed are solely those of the programmers.
You are listening to Off the Cuff.
Hey, Wade.
Here's your host,
Hey, Stacy. And everyone. Welcome, everybody, to Off the Cuff. I am Adam Banks coming at you live from Lexington, Kentucky. Thank you for listening to the show, and thank you for tuning in to WLXU 93.9 FM. In addition to listening on the radio, you can check out our Facebook live stream at Off the Cuff with Adam Banks, or you could stream the show live from the station website at radiolex.us to listen to us from anywhere in the entire world. I am broadcasting from the Deborah Hensley Studios here at Radio Lex on North Limestone. It is January the 16th, 2024. The California wildfires are still burning. We opened up the show last week talking about that. So many people have lost their homes. So many people have lost loved ones. So many people have been injured from the wildfires. 25 plus dead at this point. Over 31 people missing and over 12,400 structures damaged. It is horrific. If you look up the videos online, it really does look like hellfire and brimstone. People trying to escape the wildfires is very, very scary. Losing your home is no fun. It's a very difficult thing to have to go through. I know what those people are going through. I have had my house burn to the ground. Just like the celebrities in Hollywood, just like the normal everyday people in Los Angeles, I know how you feel to lose your house to a home fire. I will tell you this, it's horrible, it is horrific. You feel like you have lost your sanctuary in the world when you lose your home. But I will tell you this, folks, you will survive this. Things will get better. As long as no one in your family was injured or hurt, and you still have your loved ones, really, that is all that matters. I lost my home in 2000. That was the year. That was before you could back up all of your videos, all of your photos on an iCloud. If you lost things in a fire, you just lost them. Luckily, losing your home in the year 2025, a lot of the things that you've lost, you can get back. All of the tangible things you can get back. Televisions, couches, those things you can buy back. Photos and videos, you can get most of those things back as well. Really what matters at the end of the day is that you're safe and your family is okay and has escaped the fire. But it is horrific what those people out there are going through. I've seen multiple celebrities have lost their home. John Goodman has nothing but a driveway. Eugene Levy has nothing but a chimney standing. Spencer and Heidi Pratt lost their home. So many people in Los Angeles have lost their homes, and it is just horrific. I don't see the fire dwindling at all. It just seems to keep burning and burning and burning. But folks, to lighten the mood just a tad here on Off the Cuff with Adam Banks, there is some good news coming up in the future, and that is your boy's 37th birthday. This coming Monday, January the 20th, I will be turning 37 years old. I think getting older is such a blessing, and we're going to celebrate it right here on today's program, because this pretty much has to be my birthday special, because we're not actually broadcasting on my birthday, January 20th. So let's go ahead and set this broadcast aside to celebrate it. A lot happening on my birthday this year, January 20th. For instance, the presidential inauguration will be held on January 20th. TikTok may be going away, and millions of people might not be able to get on the social media app come January the 20th. That's right, TikTok may be going away. There is a deadline out there. January the 19th, the owners of TikTok, the company's called ByteDance or Dance Byte, something like that. They have been ordered by the United States government to sell their app to a United States company, or they will ban the app in the United States. And they have until January the 19th to make the sale. As of right now, there has been no sale made. So if it ended today, TikTok would go away. I am curious to see how people will react the day of, the week of TikTok going away. Let me just say this. Again, things will get better. This has happened to us before in the world, where our favorite social media apps have been shut down. Remember Vine? We just find another platform to go to, and that's exactly what's going to happen here if TikTok goes away. People will just transfer over to Reels or transfer over to Facebook videos. There will be a transition. People will be okay from that, but it will be interesting to see what happens with the TikTok ban. But not only is it my birthday, folks, on January the 20th, like I said, one of the biggest monumental things in this country happens this year on my birthday. It happens every 4 years on January the 20th, and that is the presidential inauguration. On January the 20th, Donald Trump will be inaugurated as our nation's 47th president. And I love ceremonies like that. I love watching Americans get together to celebrate its country, to celebrate its leaders. Carrie Underwood will be performing a song at the inauguration this year. They said who is singing the national anthem. Somebody I've never heard of. Apparently Trump likes him. But it will be interesting to watch the inauguration this year. So many great speeches have been given throughout time at the inauguration. And on this show before, folks, we have talked about some of the best presidential speeches throughout time. But what about presidential inauguration speeches? There have been a ton of great presidential inauguration speeches throughout time. And what I would like to do is highlight some of the best past presidential inauguration speeches of all time. And don't let it get twisted, folks. We've not done this segment before. We have done a segment where we've talked about the best presidential speeches. And those speeches could have been after a war broke out. Those speeches could have been in any given situation as that person was president. But these particular speeches that I want to play for the audience is the best inauguration speeches throughout time. And folks, you might hear some speeches on this list that made the best presidential speeches of all time. For instance, you are going to hear the FDR speech on this list. You are going to hear the John F. Kennedy speech on this list because those speeches were some of the best presidential speeches of all time. It just so happened to take place at the inauguration. And that's what's so great about this inauguration. Donald Trump hasn't spoke yet. He hasn't given his speech. So maybe somewhere down the line, he's going to make the highlight reel as being one of the best presidential inauguration speeches ever given. But it depends upon the person and the occasion to really produce a historic inaugural speech. But the ceremony itself, I just love. It's a tribute to the country. It shows that it shows a president becoming a private citizen, and it also shows a private citizen becoming the president. You see the transformation of power right there in front of you. And it's just such a monumental, really cool event. In other words, it's very peaceful to watch a presidential inauguration. But folks, let's get to my list of some of the best past presidential inauguration speeches of all time. And I'm just going to be playing some highlights from each speech. And we will start with FDR in 1933. This is one of the best presidential speeches ever given. And folks, let me just say this before I do play it. This was during the Great Depression when everybody in America was just down on their luck and really afraid to spend a dollar. Take a listen. Yes, don't you love that? That was an inauguration speech. One of the best speeches of all time from a president was at the inauguration, just like this one from John F. Kennedy in 1961 at his inauguration when he just got sworn in as president. Yeah. You know, every president, once he becomes the president, they give their first speech, and they call that the inauguration speech. So a lot of pressure on these guys. Okay, next up on my list is Lyndon B. Johnson from 1965. No, you got to love that because he's focusing on a great society, mainly he's mainly aiming to eliminate poverty and racial injustice. What about Richard Nixon in 1969? Nixon's speech highlighted national healing and unity during the Vietnam War. He urged Americans to lower our voices and focus on peace. And what about Gerald Ford in 1974? After Richard Nixon resigned, Gerald Ford, he had a brief inauguration address, but he reassured Americans with "our long national nightmare is over," is what he said. It was an awesome speech to get America back on track.
Truth is the glue that holds
All right, about Jimmy Carter in 1977. He gave a great inaugurational speech as well. He reflected on humanity and he called for humility and trust in the government, focusing on human rights and moral leadership. What about Ronald Reagan in 1981? Ronald Reagan had an optimistic tone and belief of limited government in his speech, and he said, quote, "Government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem." He said that his first speech as president. And then you got George H.W. Bush in 1989, where he stressed community service and unity with the famous pledge for a kinder, gentler nation in 1989. And then Bill Clinton in 1993, he focused on change and renewal, and he highlighted economic growth and social responsibility. And this was post-Cold War era, mind you. Don't you love that? There could not be... Bill Clinton was such a smooth talker. It's a shame that I only have time to show highlights because he gave one heck of an inauguration speech. What about George W. Bush in 2001? Bush, just like most people, he called for a civil nation, and he called for compassion from the citizens, and he really called for unity when he got into office. And then you got Barack Obama in 2009. He gave a historical speech as the first black president. He emphasized hope, change, and resilience amid the economic crisis. Then you got Donald Trump in 2017. He focused on populism and returning power to the people, promising to end government elitism. And folks, that is just a few of the best past presidential inauguration speeches that we've had throughout our time living in this country. And a new speech will be given on my birthday, January 20th, as Donald Trump gives his first speech as the 47th president. But folks, we have a great show ahead of you today. Stick with us. You are listening to Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. We will be right back.
Hi, I'm DJ Walt C. of the Time Council Show. You're listening to Radio Lex, the voice of the people. WLXU 93.9 LPFM, Lexington, Kentucky.
Radio Lex only exists in our community because of the generosity of supporting members like Thomas Bush. Thank you for your ongoing commitment to the voice of the people. To learn how you can become a supporting member, visit radiolex.us/donate.
Are you a driver in your early 20s? If so, you're at risk. Adults 20 to 24 have the highest rate of crashes of all drivers. The number one factor in all of these collisions? Not paying attention. Hi, this is Doug Gleason with State Farm, reminding you to be a good neighbor and keep your eyes and mind on the road.
'Tis the season to recycle right. Did you know that string lights cannot go in your blue recycle cart? They are considered electronic waste. But don't worry, we've partnered with local businesses so that you can drop off broken or unwanted holiday lights while you are out running other errands. Collection bins will be at various locations through Sunday, January 12th, 2025. And remember, you can always bring old electronics to the Electronics Recycling Center. Find a list of locations at lexingtonky.gov/holiday waste.
Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Cuff. Adam Banks here with you. Folks, this is a great time of the year for sports. You've got college basketball, you've got the NBA, the NFL, college football, all the sports, all of the best sports playing right now. Super Bowl is right around the corner. It's going to be one for the books. Kendrick Lamar will be performing the halftime show at this year's Super Bowl. Not really excited about that. Really probably couldn't name you 3 Kendrick Lamar songs, but it is what it is. But a lot of great games have been on because this is the best time for sports to be played. Conference games in college basketball are being played. The college football playoffs are currently being played. So a lot of sports stadiums and sports arenas are being filled with sport anthems, like this one right here by Seven Nation Army. This is called Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. This is a big sport anthem that's played in many stadiums and arenas around the world during sporting events. A sporting event can tell multiple stories. The athletes and the plays made in the venues can make for excellent stories for years to come. Without music, though, there is a missing ingredient. Music is the icing on the cake. It's the thread that pulls everything together. It's something that can be perceived by anyone, no matter the age, the nationality, whatever. It's universal. That's what I love about music. It's a feeling. No matter where you go in the world, people can relate to a good song. And music is engulfed in sports, especially during the games, in between timeouts, before the game starts, after the game, right before a big play. Sports stadiums, sports arenas, they like to fill the speakers with what they call a sports anthem. And there are a ton of great sport anthems out there, very popular sport anthems, and this is one of them. I'm sure many people who watch sports have heard this song somewhere or another in the background. And folks, that made me start thinking of some of the greatest arena and stadium sport anthems of all time. And that's what I would like to talk about now. And we will start the list with this one right here by the White Stripes, Seven Nation Army from 2003. But folks, there are lots more, like Queen's We Will Rock You. This is definitely a sport anthem for many sports, not just football, not just basketball, but any sport imaginable. This song could be relatable. It's a big song played in sports arenas around the world. Now keep in mind, folks, to make this list, we're talking about the greatest arena and stadium sport anthems. And a sport anthem is songs that arenas play to get the fans hyped up, to get them more involved in the moment. Yes. And then you've got Sandstorm by Durade in 1999. This is a very high energy electronic beat that excites and motivates the fans. This song is often used to amp up sports crowds, especially at basketball and soccer games. Usually they like to play this little sports anthem in between a big play, right before a team's getting ready to make a big play, like they're only down one. Okay, next up on my list is one of the best arena and stadium sport anthems of all time is from House of Pain, Jump Around from 1992. It's an infectious beat. And it's got an energetic vibe. This song is a go-to for electrifying stadiums. It urges fans to just jump up and move. I mean, watching a sports game, when you're at a sports game and they start playing this song, what does everybody get up and do? They get up and they start jumping around. All right. You've also got Thunderstruck by AC/DC. AC/DC might be one of the most popular bands besides Queen to be played in sports arenas and stadiums around the world as a sports anthem. This is one of their, well, this is the most popular sport anthems. I would say TNT by AC/DC is pretty popular too, but nothing like Thunderstruck. You hear this a lot for football games because it's very masculine, very manly. So it makes sense that Thunderstruck would be attached to the game of football, a game of war, a game of fighting, a game of pain, a game of resilience. All right, next up on my list, folks, is one of the greatest arena and stadium sports anthems of all time is, what about The Final Countdown by Europe? And they play this when there's only one play left to go in the game. They play this song right here, The Final Countdown, to let everybody know that, hey, this is your last shot. You've got one more play. You've got one more move, one more bounce, one more throw, one more catch to make a victory for your team. And this song is just a great anthem, The Final Countdown by Europe. This song is from the 80s, 1986, as a matter of fact. It's a dramatic opening and build-up song for the moments that I just described for you. And this is a song that will definitely hype up the fans when the game is on the line. You've got Enter Sandman by Metallica next up on the list from 1991. This is a heavy guitar riff, and it brings power and intensity, often used to build hype, particularly for football and baseball fans. A lot of baseball stadiums like to play this, but football just as much. Enter Sandman by Metallica. I mean, this is a good workout song too, but man, aren't you ready to go out and butt some heads when you hear this song? I love the drop too. Gets me hype. It's building up for it. You'll know when it starts. They keep building it, and then when it drops, usually the team starts running from the tunnel. All right, next up on my list is one of the best sport anthems of all time for arenas and stadiums is Get Ready for This. Get Ready for This is by Two Unlimited, and this song is back from 1991. It's upbeat, it's catchy, and it's synonymous with sporting events. This anthem energizes the crowd because it's got such a fast tempo beat. Often this song is used to introduce the starting lineup for a basketball team But nonetheless, you definitely hear this in sport arenas throughout the world. You also got this little ditty right here, Pump Up the Jam. Pump Up the Jam, pump it up, by Technotronic, 1989. It's a danceable beat, and this makes the crowd want to dance and move. Because that's exactly what this song is telling you to do, is get pumped up. And that's what the arena is trying to get you to do, is to get pumped up. You're at a game. All right, next up on my list, folks, is one of the best sport anthems for arenas and stadiums around the world, is Turn Down for What by DJ Snake and Lil Jon. This is a more modern song, but it is becoming more and more popular across arenas in America because this gets people hype. This is from 2013. It brings a party vibe to stadiums with a bass heavy drop and a high energy beat. It is perfect for celebrating. So when you win the game, usually the arena will play this song just to celebrate. Journey is a big sports anthem band, especially this track right here, Don't Stop Believin'. This is a song that a lot of stadiums or arenas like to play during games when your team is behind and there's very little time left to catch up. This song is saying, don't stop believing. Don't stop the faith. Keep the faith. Don't stop believing. Queen is back on the list with their song, We Are the Champions. And of course, this is a song when you play this song when you win the whole thing. For instance, the Super Bowl or the NBA playoffs or the World Series. Because this is a song talking about being the champion. So what a great sport anthem this is by Queen from 1977. It's a victory anthem. This song will want to bring a tear to your eye because your sports team has done it. They have persevered. They have won all the battles they needed to win to take home the gold. What a great sport anthem that this song is. But don't forget about Archie Everso being on your list as a great sports anthem. This is a song that arenas like to play before the team comes out. It's letting the opposing team and the fans know, hey, we're ready for you all. We're ready to fight and battle. All right, next up on the list, folks, is The Twilight Zone by 2 Unlimited. Not the Twilight Zone you're probably thinking about, but you'll recognize it when you hear it. The Twilight Zone by 2 Unlimited was released in 1992. It's a high-energy song with a futuristic beat. This song adds excitement to any event, especially in sports arenas. Folks, that pretty much wraps up my list as some of the greatest arena and stadium sports anthems of all time. There are so many more that we could have put on the list, but I feel like I have condensed it down to some of the best and some of the most popular that you hear at sporting events, whether it be a baseball game, football, basketball, soccer, or whatever. you're more likely to hear one of these songs from this list than any of the other songs out there. But what is your favorite arena or stadium sport anthem out there? Because there's a bunch. So many great games going on right now, so it makes sense that you're hearing all of this great music in the background as the games are being played. But folks, we still have another segment to go. Stick with us. You are listening to Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Alex from Darling Wine Bar, located in the Gray Line station on the corner of Loudon and Lime. You're listening to Radio Lex, the voice of the people. WLXU 93.9 LP-FM, Lexington.
Let's go places safely, Lexington. Are you driving? Are you distracted? Over 24,000 collisions and 700 fatalities occurred last year in Kentucky. The number one factor in all these collisions? Not paying attention. Texting and fidgeting with mobile devices caused more crashes last year than drunk drivers. Enable safe driving settings on your phone, which will send automatic messages to people trying to reach you that you are driving and cannot be disturbed. Hi, my name is Sue from Toyota, reminding you to put your phone away and put your eyes on the road.
Every donation to Radio Lex makes a difference. Many of our donors tell us they wish they could give more. If you're looking to get rid of a vehicle but don't want the hassle of selling it or fixing it, consider donating it to Radio Lex. Donating your car is a fast, safe, and easy way to support the programming you value. Make a difference by donating your unwanted vehicle. Just go to radiolex.us/car.
Make sure you know before you tow. Here are some handy tips for proper hitch use. The right gear is essential. Make sure you choose a hitch that's appropriate to your vehicle. Correct hookup can be tricky. Work with your mechanic if you're not sure. Make sure your trailer is wired for brake lights and turn signals. Distribute cargo weight evenly, then secure clips and ties. Stop after your first 15 miles and make sure everything is secure. Then check every hour or so. Hi, this is Drew Griggs with State Farm, reminding you to be a good neighbor and haul safely.
Radio Lex only exists in our community because of the generosity of supporting members like Juan Castro. Thank you for your ongoing commitment to the voice of the people. To learn how you can become a supporting member, visit radiolex.us/donate.
Today I don't feel like doing anything.
Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Cuff. Adam Banks here with you. A lot of you guys probably feel like this song does. Doing nothing today, especially when the weather is like it is outside. Well, you're in luck because today's national holiday is National Nothing Day. Have you ever been caught doing nothing and you feel ashamed and you feel lazier than the average person? Well, that's okay if you feel like that today, folks, because you're doing it right if you do nothing today. And actually doing nothing is doing something. You're actually giving your body a chance to rest, your mind a chance to reset. It's okay to take a day off. And if you haven't, no better day than today to do that. It says here that in the Christian faith, God is said to have created the universe out of nothing. So that just goes to show you that nothing is something. God created this world with nothing. Nothing. Think about that. In Buddhism, nothingness can be a meditative state, a feature of reality or an analysis of existence. Basically, it's meditating where you do nothing. You don't think about nothing. You don't do nothing. Outer space, it says, is not technically full of nothingness, as it contains a low-density plasma of hydrogen and helium and the cosmic forces that affect them. So technically, space isn't nothing. It's helium and hydrogen. So the point I'm trying to drive home, folks, is nothing is something. So today, do nothing. Give your chance a chance to relax, to reset, and give your mind a break. It's quite philosophical. It's a nice rest, and it's a pretty clever invention. Happy National Do Nothing Day. But folks, this seems like a great place to take Off the Cuff's Song of the Week. So how about a little Alexandra Stewart with I Wish You Would Have Cheated. We will be back after the song.
Your best when you lost the best you had, spending days just on the phone, wondering where it all went on. I'm nervous, pretty words. I said your name too much, now my lungs got tired, thinking maybe I'm to blame. I just need someone to hate.
Alexander Stewart absolutely killed it with his new single, I Wish You Would Have Cheated. And that is Off the Cuff's Song of the Week for this week. And folks, I want to make mention of something that I am very proud of for Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. Off the Cuff with Adam Banks has been nominated for Best Local Podcast here in Lexington for Best of Lex. And I, Adam Banks, have also been nominated for Best Local Radio Host for Best of Lex. And you can vote by going to my Facebook page and clicking on the link. I have made a little announcement about that. You can click on that. You have to create an account. You have to sign up, and then you can vote. But you can vote every day until like February 5th or something like that, February 1st. But you have a couple of weeks. Every day, I would appreciate your vote in both categories. It would mean so much to me, and I really would appreciate that. I mean, Off the Cuff is only as good as what you guys say it is. These nominations are only given to me because you guys are doing it, and I cannot be more thankful to the listeners. I love you guys more than you will ever know. So thank you for another honor. This nomination is a great honor. Best of Lex. Hopefully a lot of great people nominated. And the Best of Lex is the best of everything. We have categories for hair salons, for the best chef, for the best bakery. It's every category. Best local radio host, best local radio station, best podcast. Every category in Lexington is a part of this Best of Lex thing. And I am so happy for the first time to be included in this community. So many years have went by in the past. Adam Banks, me, and this show has been overlooked. But finally, thanks to you all, you the listeners, this show and myself is getting the recognition, and I am so appreciative of that. But folks, we still have one more segment to go. Stick with us. You are listening to Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. We will be right back.
Are you a teenage driver? If you are, you're at risk. Teen drivers have the highest rate of fatal crashes. The number one factor in all these crashes? Not paying attention. Hi, this is Doug Gleason with State Farm, reminding you to be a good neighbor and eliminate distractions while you're on the road.
Radio Lex is proud to have the support of the Lextropolis, that digital magazine that is sweeping the nation. With over 10,000 readers and climbing, serving Central Kentucky since 2015, engaging local writers, models, and photographers to tell the true narrative of our community. For more information, call 859-429-1442 or go to www.thelextropolis.com. The Lextropolis, for the people, by the people.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Cuff. Adam Banks here with you. Last segment of the hour. Happy birthday to me, January the 20th, 2025. I will be turning 37 years old. I have officially entered my late 30s, folks. I cannot believe it, but as I said, it is a blessing to get older. I came into the happy birthday song, the most popular birthday song in existence, maybe the most played song in the entire universe, and that song was written by ladies from Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know if anybody knew that the happy birthday song was written by Kentucky ladies, but it certainly was. This is a time, folks, to play birthday music if it is your birthday, and that's important. It's important to, out of all the songs out there about birthdays, it's important to pick a good one to have in your ears all day. Everybody deserves to listen to birthday music on their birthday. So I started thinking about all of the great birthday songs out there. And I have created a list here for the audience because everybody in the world has a birthday. Mine just so happens to be right around the corner. So I would like to talk about some of the best birthday songs out there to listen to on your birthday. You've got this song right here by R. Kelly. It's called It's Your Birthday. Yes, it's catchy. It's got some celebratory lyrics with it. It's a great party vibe. Yes, you best believe this is going to be on my playlist on January the 20th. What about this song by Jeremiah called Birthday Sex? This is a song about intimacy on your birthday. This song was from 2009. It's a smooth song. Woo! This is for intimate celebrations with you and your loved one on your birthday. This got to be on the list, on the birthday playlist on your birthday. Another great birthday song to listen to on your birthday, folks, is the birthday song by 2 Chainz and Kanye West. Kanye West and 2 Chainz in 2012 come out with a song called Birthday Song, and this is it. It's got a heavy bass and bold lyrics with it. This is an ideal song for wild, high energy parties. You've also got the classic Happy Birthday by Stevie Wonder song that you can listen to on your birthday. A great song to listen to on your birthday. Stevie Wonder came up with this song in 1981. It's uplifting, it's meaningful. It says here that this song was actually written to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, but this song will technically work for all birthdays out there. Happy birthday to you. There's a part of this song where it's like, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I don't know when that part of the song comes up, but that's the most recognizable part of the song that people like. But this is one of my favorite songs to listen to on my birthday. This is by 50 Cent, one of the best rappers out there. We gon' party like it's your birthday. Like it's your birthday. Woo! 50 Cent. This is an iconic birthday song. It's got a perfect birthday hook. It's perfect for any party atmosphere. And if you're just vibing by yourself on your birthday, this is a great song. So come give me a hug. Woo! All right, folks, next up on the list of one of the best songs to listen to on your birthday is a song by Leslie Gore. Hey, it is your party, and if you want to cry on your birthday, folks, you go right ahead and cry because it is your birthday. Wade on the show thread says, happy birthday, you old man. And he emphasized old. I appreciate that, Wade. Kia on the show thread says, where are we celebrating? To be announced, Kia. To be announced. I don't know, I might go up to the casino this weekend. It's usually an annual trip I do with some buddies. But that's this weekend. On my actual day, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing, but regardless, if I want to cry on my birthday, I will because it's my party and I will cry if I want to. And then finally, folks, the last song on the list is one of the best birthday songs to listen to on your birthday is It's Your Birthday. Yes. No. It's your birthday. 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 It's my birthday. Woo! Yeah, it's my birthday. And folks, just having a little fun with you on the last segment before we go. I just wanted to share that list because everybody in the world has a birthday and everybody needs a great birthday playlist. So those are songs specifically made for birthdays. So there you go. Those are some of the best birthday songs out there to listen to on your actual birthday. But pretty much, folks, that wraps up today's episode of Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. If you liked what you heard today, you'll probably like our previous episodes. We archived them all on podcast. You can follow the show on social media at Off the Cuff with Adam Banks. You can follow me, the host, on social media at The Adam Banks. We release new episodes every Thursday from 4 to 5 right here on WLXU 93.9 FM, which means we will be back same time, same place. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Off the Cuff, and I am the King of Radio, Adam Banks. I will catch you down the road. Thank you, guys. Love you so much. See you next week.